this, all will be mapped to 1. Below to this, all will be mapped to 0. All will be mapped to 0. Or I can say all will be classified to 0. All will be classified as 1. Right? So this decision boundary decides the points where to put it in which class. Right. I hope I'm clear with my concepts. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Right. Now coming to the types of logistic regression. I'm not going to cover all the 3. I am going to take only the binary class. I am going to explain with only one example. Of course, there are a lot of examples are available in websites, and you can have the codes also. You can download it and you can practice it. So I am going for this binary classifications. I will take a very simple example case study and I will explain how it is coded. There are 3 types of logistic regressions are available. Binary logistic regression. So it will have only 2 classes, either pass or fail. Right? Suppose if you are looking for a patient, whether he is fit or ill, that you can check it with that. So all those things are binary classifications. Then you can go for multi classifications or multiple logistic regression. So where you will classify the data points into 2 or 3 groups. So here example is animals are taken up and classified into 3 different groups: cats, dogs, and sheep. Similarly, we can go for ordinal logistic regression. So this ordinal logistic regression will talk about the probability weightage, low, medium, and high. So highly correlated to the class 1. So low correlation to the class 1 and medium correlation to the class 1. Similarly, you can have it for the class 0 also. So those type of ordinal logistic regression is also possible. Those type of possibles. But I am going to deal with only the binary classification. So I will take one simple example of binary classification. I will explain. Right. Now, what is the relationship with Navy bias and as well as logistic regression? So we can say that Navy Bayes formula with 2 classes, after dividing through by one of them, we can say it is a logistic regression. So of course, you know that morning madam has taken. Suppose if you want to find out probability of C which is happening with X, then you will be having here it will be posterior and it will be, you know that. So period over here, then period plus actual. You know that, right? So if I am dividing this numerator with the denominator also, then if I am simplifying this, then I can get 1 divided by 1 plus exponential of this. Okay. So if I am doing that, my Navy Bayes algorithm will become a logistic algorithm in the case of binary classification. So this is the parameters or the contributions done from the different features. Okay. So this is what we are getting from here. I think you can understand here. Right? This is what we are getting over here. So this probability which is giving the Navy Bayes. So this binary classifications is a sigma model activation function. Okay, so I think you can understand the similarity between these 2 equations. This is a same equation which is we are using for sigma model activation function f of x. The same f of x can be arrived from the basic formula of the Navy Bayes. Okay. So Navy Bayes algorithm that from the basic equation we can bring this equation. So I can say it is abstract of Navy Bayes for 2 classes, or I can say generalization of the Navy Bayes with the binary features. Right. Okay. Now I want to give up a very simple hands-on session on how to develop the model for logistic regression. So I'm going to take a predicting example where a user will purchase the product or not. Suppose one new product is launched by one of the company. So they want to have some analysis. They want to do some prediction whether this product will be purchased by our customers or not. Okay. So this example I'm going to take, and for this example I want to develop the logistic regression model, right? So what I want to do is I will do the demo. In between, I will come to the presentation. I will explain about some of the concept what we are doing it in the hands-on session. Now for hands-on session, I am putting this link in the chat box. You can download your data sheets. Parallelly, you can also do it. Parallelly, you can also do it. I am putting it in chat box. So download this data sheet and keep it in your system. Please download this data and store it in system. And open the collab. We will go for open the collab. We will go for hands-on. What about others? Tara Patel said that he downloaded. What about others? Are you with me? Are you downloading? Are you doing any practice? Okay. Thank you. Right. Now coming to implementation part of logistic regression. I hope my screen is visible. Somebody please respond whether my screen is visible. Are you able to see that codings? Of course, I will share the codings in the chat box. You can download. It's not an issue. Right. Thank you. Now, what I want to do is I want to implement logistic regression for predicting whether our customer will purchase the new product launched by the company. Okay. So I'm going to do one by one. So first step, what I want to do is I want to input the libraries for my regression problem. So here I'm using Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, as well as Seaborn. So each and everything, you know what purpose we will be using for it. This Seaborn, I'm going to use it for plotting the heat pump. So once if I got the confusion matrix, I want to show it as a heat pump. So for this purposes, I'm going to use this libraries. So Matplotlib, you know, for plotting that outputs, I want to do it. So these are all self-explanatory. So I'm sharing this. You can copy and paste it in your Google-colab. If you have completed, you can give a replay so that I can go for the next one. Yeah, thank you. Right. Now coming to this, next step, what I want to do is I want to download the data set and load it here. You have already downloaded and keeping it in your local system. Now for uploading into Colab, you can either go here, right? You can fetch that user data. You can bring this user data and simply track it up. Yeah, you can drop it out here. Yeah, it is throwing me some warning. That is not a problem. It says that once you are disconnected, your data will be lost. That is not a problem. You can drop it out here, or you can take this codes. You can put it in. Okay, ma'am. I will post it. Yeah. So if I am running this code, So it will ask for me to choose the file. So I can give a choose file. I can go to that corresponding folder. So I can select and I can give open. It will upload 100% and it will come. So this is one way. Other way, the simple way what I told you is you go to that separate folder and track it and put it here. So if you are doing that, these two lines are not needed. If you are simply tracking and putting it here, then these two lines are not needed. So for me, 2 times it came. So I'm deleting one path. So I'm deleting one data. So I'm keeping one data file here. Okay. So these two lines are not needed if you are simply tracking and pasting it here.
Sir, the tracking pasting mattu konjam explain solla mudiyuma? The left hand tracking
yes sir, I'm coming.
One second.
Here the file is available in our local system.
Ama sir.
You simply track இது அப்படியே புடிச்சிட்டு கொண்டு வந்து இங்க கொடுத்துருங்க அவ்வளவுதான். Simply track this and come to here, come to your tab. Your tab is here na? Your tab is here, you put it here, that's all. Here you can see one point here. இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா இங்க ஒரு லெஃப்ட்ல வந்து ஒரு
ஃபைல் ஃபோல்டர் மாதிரி.
யா, இங்க கொடுத்துட்டு இங்க ட்ராக் பண்ணி இங்க கொடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா வந்துரும் சார்.
ஓகே சார், ரைட். Thank you.
Sir, please unmute, sir. Mute yourself, sir, please. Muruganandam, sir.
Thank you. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, right. So there are two ways are there. One way is simply tracking and dropping. Tracking and dropping it here. Or otherwise, you can run these two codes. So if you are running these two codes, it will ask you for choose the file. You go to that local folder and choose it, and it will be uploaded. So either way, you can follow. Yeah. So first we imported the libraries. What are the libraries we want? We have included. Then we have uploaded our user data to our collab. Then I'm going to read that data set into a variable data set over here. Then I want to display the headings. So simple display I want to do it. So I'm doing it here. Again, I'm running for it. Already I have run. So I'm running for it. I'm sharing that code so that you can also try. Using the pandas, I'm reading the CSV file and I'm storing it in one variable data set. Then I'm displaying that headers of the data set for my understanding. That's all. So it is having 5 columns: user ID, gender, age, estimated salary, and purchased. So the idea is that if the salary is higher, the people may purchase the new product. General assumption I'm telling. Okay. Otherwise, he may not purchase. And the age group also will decide. Suppose if the product is catchy for the age, younger age group people, that younger age group people will purchase. Right? If it is the product is for the middle age group people, the middle age group people will purchase. Similarly, gender also. If the product is specifically for the female people may like to purchase. So those type of data we have collected and we have keeping it here. Okay, all of you with me? Shall I go to the next? Okay, right. Now, we have loaded our data set and we are going to split it into input and output. So input and output, how to take it up? Just I'm sharing it in chat box. So I splitted my data set into input values as well as output values. I have segregated it. Okay, sir, shall we go to the next one? Now, we want to split the data set into 2 parts. One is for the training and another one is for the testing. Now I'm going to keep 75% of the data for the training of the model, and 25% of the data I want to use it for the testing the performance of our model. So for that, I'm calling the scikit-learn. I'm selecting the model, then I'm going for a train test split function. So using the train test split function, I'm going to split my input and output with the size of 0.25. For the test size, I specified 0.25. So 0.25 it will take. My random state is equal to 0. It will take randomly whatever the session, whatever the points it want, it will take. But 25% of the data it will take. Okay. So I'm using this lines for splitting my data into training data and testing data. Okay. Right. I'm sharing this. Please try this one also. Okay. Okay. Right. Thank you. Right. Now we have to scale down to our data sets into a specific range, because each and every data will have a different minimum value and a maximum value. So if you are taking a age may be minimum 19, maximum maybe 60. Estimated salary will be in another range, maybe from 10,000 to 90,000. So all are having a different minimum and maximum, all are having a different ranges. So if we are using that same range for training our model, so it may not get trained. It may not get trained. So we have to scale down. We have to make it as in between two ranges. So for scaling down this, I'm using this function standard scalar. So this will make our input range in between some values. Okay. So maybe 2 to -2, 3 to -3, like that it will, I mean, it will map it out. So for data processing, I am doing this, right? So let me run my codes. Of course, I'm explaining and copying it over there. Whether it is running or not, I have to check. Okay, now I'm running this, then I will copy down. Yeah, please copy this to your Google-colab and try to run. And if you face any difficulty, you can call me. Of course, there will be no problem at all. Yeah, scaling range we can assign, sir. Scaling range we can assign, no issues. Basically, the standard scalar will take mean value, variance, then it will do that mapping, then finally it will map it within two ranges. So that type of thing. But if you want to do with specific scale range, you can do it. You can do it, no issues. Right. Okay, thank you. Now we are going to build our logistic regression model. Now I am taking logistic regression model from the scikit-learn. Then I'm having a classifier variable. I'm going to give logistic regression random of 0. Then classifier fit with X train and Y train. This logistic regression, I'm going to take all these optional parameters. I can take this as with all these optional parameters. What are all these things I will explain now. Before that, let me run this and copy paste in chat box. Then I will explain about these examples. But I am not using any of this variable. I am using only random state is equal to 0. But of course, These are all the optional parameters what are all available, which you can use it for logistic regression. Okay, let me copy down this and put it in chat box. Okay, how to decide whether it is min-max scalar and standard scalar? So generally, what I will do for my neural networks is I will decide it based on the problem. Based on the problem, I will choose. Suppose if that data is having dimensions, very less dimensions, then I will go for standard scalar. Sorry, min-max scalar. But if the dimensions are higher, suppose I have to train it for 3-4 data sets. I mean, the data will be having 3-4 columns. So then I will go for the standard scalar. So that is what I follow. I don't know the standard procedure. I mean, I don't have any idea about any standard literature is available for this type of problem. We have to choose this type of scalar, and for this type of problem, this type of scalar. I don't know. But generally, what I am doing is, suppose if my data set is having only 2 columns, then dimensionality is very low. Then I will go for min-max scalar. That is a common procedure I am following now. Right. Now, coming to the this optional values, what it is showing now, I have a slides. I will quickly rush through that. Of course, you can Google it, you can get the answers. But anyway, let me rush through that. So first one is penalty. So it will go for regularization. So L2 is the by default it will go for it. Otherwise, you can go for L1 or some other things are available. Then you can go for dual. Dual is a Boolean function, whether it will decide whether we have to go for primal or whether we have to go for dual formulation. Then tolerance value. The tolerance value is a floating point number that will decide the stopping of the procedure. So when to stop. We can change this value. Suppose if you are taking a very low value, then your procedure will take longer time. If you are taking 0.1, let's say, the number of procedures will quickly pass through. The accuracy will be different. Okay, so this is one thing. Then if I am going for C, C is a positive floating point number. It will decide the relative strength of the regularization. Okay, so smaller values will indicate the stronger regularization. Smaller value will indicate the stronger regularization. Then there is another, I mean, around 15 are there. Let me go through rush. I mean, let me rush through. There is a fit intercept. So it is again a Boolean, whether it is a true or false. If it is a true, it will calculate the intercept P naught, right? If it is false, it will be equal to 0. It will be false if it is equal to 0. Then intercept scaling. So it is a floating point number again. So it is defined by 1. So it is defining the scaling of the intercept P naught. Then class weight, the class weight we can go for balanced or we can go for none. None is the default. Then random state is your individual value. None is the default. If you want to give any pseudo random number, you can generate and you can do it. Then solver lip linear is by default. You can go for some other options also. The options are available. So 3-4 options are available. You can go for it, right? Then maximum iterations we can by default take it as 100, or you can make that I mean you can make that program to run as long as the tolerance is met. So that also you can give. Then multi-class again is a string. Generally it is defaulted with the OVR, right? So we can go for other options also, multinomial and auto. This is talking about I mean type of regression analysis. Then verbose, it is a non-negative integer. It is by default 0, right? So we can change it also. Then warm start is there, number of jobs are there, LN1 ratios are there. So you can read it. You can find out what is it. Then this is very important. This is what I want to tell you. We cannot take something very clearly. We cannot match the solver and regularization method when we are going for scikit-learn. So 3 things are there. Suppose if you are going for lip linear, it will not work without any regularization. Suppose if you are going for other solvers, it will not support L1 regularization. It will support the other regularization. Similarly, Saga is the only solver that supports elastic net regularization. Of course, I am not confident about all these regularization methods. I know what is the meaning of regularization. I got to explore what is this L1 and L2 and elastic net. Okay. Now, these are all the optional parameters available in logistic regression. I think someone has unmuted their audio. Okay, right. Now, so here we framed our model. We have not used any optional values here. We used only the random state is equal to 0. Now we are going for prediction. So we are going for prediction. We are taking X test and we are giving it to the our trained model to predict the value. So now it is a predicted value. Now I am pasting this line in the chart box. We can do this also. Right. Now next one is confusion matrix. So morning, Madam has clearly explained what is the confusion matrix and accuracy score, prediction, precision score, recall, everything Madam has explained very neatly. So I don't want to repeat it here. I thought of explaining it in my session. Already Madam has explained, so I don't want to repeat it. So this confusion matrix is going to give about true positive as well as true negative, false positive as well as false negative. So your output is going to have these 4 classifications. So the classification performance, it is going to be decided by these 4 classes. So 4 possible values are there. So first one is true negative. So that means correctly predicted negatives. So if 0 irukna correct ethana 0 predict pannirukku abingiradhu vandu true negatives. Similarly, positives, one class, how many one class is correctly predicted. So that is given with the true positives. Then negatives, so zeros incorrectly, wrongly predicted 0 values, wrongly predicted positive values are taken as false positives. So these 4 classifications are there. Now based on this one only, we are going for this confusion matrix. This confusion matrix will give these values. So this is true positive and this is true negative. So let me run this one more time for your understanding. I'm running this. So it is displaying the confusion matrix. That confusion matrix, 65 is the true positive values, 24 is the true negative values, 3 is the false positive value, 8 is the false negative value. So this is the confusion matrix. It is printing it out. Okay, let me share this code also. So based on this confusion matrix, we can find out the accuracy. Okay, let me wait for 2-3 seconds. Let us complete. Okay, Subhashini has completed. Subhashini madam has completed. What about others? Okay. Thank you. Right, now from this confusion matrix, we can find out the accuracy also. Manually, we can find out accuracy since it is a binary classification, so it is quite easy to find out. Then we have only 100 data points. So the 65 and 24 will make 89. So this 65 plus 24 will make 89. That means our accuracy is 0.89. So 89%. So our accuracy is 0.89%. So we can clearly say. But if it is a multi-dimensional, or if you want to do it with the coding, so that also can be done. So scikit-learn matrix, from that I can take some functions over here: accuracy score, precision score, and recall score, and classification report. So this classification report alone is sufficient for getting all these 3 values. But anyway, to show you that separately also we can calculate, and we can go for classification report also. That also we can do, right? just I'm copying this and putting it over here. Yeah, if we set random state is equal to 1 every time, this confusion matrix would be same or different. It will be different. I assume that it will be different. Okay, let us try this one. We have a coding, and why don't you try this? First, let us try whether it is giving any error or not. Whether it is throwing any error or not. No, now it is not throwing any error. Now we will run this prediction. Then we will go for this. Same. It is coming as the same. Again, one more time I'm training it. Then one more time I'm predicting the new values. Then I'm going for it. It gives the same. Maybe that problem is, the data set what we have taken as a very small data set. So maybe of that it may reach the final correct value exactly repeated with something, right? Maybe when we are trying with larger data, it may vary. Right. So if you are taking that, accuracy is 0.89. So as I told you, it is 89 by 100, it will become 0.89. Then what is this precision? So precision, you know that. So it's going to, morning also madam has explained. Precision is how much time it is predicting the correct value. How much time it is predicting the correct value. It is coming as 0.88. Then recall is 0.75. Suppose if I am putting a classification report, I will be getting this type of report. For 0, how much precision? For 1, how much precision? Recall, what is the value? Right. Then accuracy, macro average, weighted average, and this type of report we can get from the classification report. Right. So as of now, I know only what is the meaning of accuracy, precision, and recall. And I got to explore about what is F1 score and support, as well as macro average and weighted average. I don't know about all these things. I got to explore. I got to study all these things. What is macro average and what is weighted average, F1 score and support. As of I know only what is accuracy, what is precision, and what is recall. So you want to post this performance code once again, right? Okay, now we got our output, we got our accuracy, precision and all. Now we want to visualize the performance of our model. So for visualizing the performance of a model, I'm going to take in a simple example. So I'm going to put matplotlib dot in colors. So from that, I'm going to plot these values. Okay, let me copy this. Anandan sir, whether you have a data set with you in the file, if you have, that error will not come.
Sir, yes, sir. Data set is there.
Whether have you run this, and if you checked this file?
Yes, sir. While dragging that file and put into the folder, it was working. I completed all the codings.
Whether you got disconnected?
And no problem, sir.
Okay. But then it will work. Otherwise, you run this one more time and come over here at the last and try to do it from here. From here, you just try to do it again.
Yes, sir. Now also I'm getting same error.
Same error.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
While you are going for performance measure. Okay, let me give you that performance error again. So while you are Anandan sir, while you are doing the performance measure, it is showing, or before to that?
Before to that, sir. While including the data set and
here itself you are getting an error?
Yes, sir.
Here itself?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it will come, it will work. There is no problem at all. I'm trying it again. You copy this and paste it there. You can create one data set code block here and copy and paste it here. Then run it. It will ask you for the file. Choose that data where you are keeping this and do it. Suppose if I am running it like this.
Okay. Yeah. While running this code process, it is not asking for the link to pick the file. It is showing the error.
No, it is working for me. Why not for you?
Is it possible to share my screen, browser?
Yes.
Back to do this. Sir, is the screen updated, sir?
Yes.
I'm getting this one. Whatever.
Okay, already you uploaded here. Now you leave these 2 lines and you go to the next line.
Okay. Just I wanted to know what else.
No. It is saying that current process session, please rerun this cell to enable அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி தானே சொல்லுது.
You cannot read property of the fields undefined. Okay, proceed.
You leave this course. You already uploaded here. You can go to the next line.
Thank you.
Anandan sir, the next line is running?
Sir, doing sir. Trying, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So now I have done all these things for plotting it out. So we are getting a plot like this. Now this is the estimated salary and this is the age. Now this is the classifier. Now it is classifying into two classes. One is green with the 1 and the zeros with red. In between some zigzags are there, false predictions also there. So everything is listed over here, and I'm getting the waveforms like this. One more thing, you can do it with the heat map also. I hope I have missed that coding lines. Right, you can Google it. That's not a matter. You just go to that Google, Google, and you Google it. You will get the answer for it. Yeah. Now, that's all about this logistic regression, how it is formed. Now, coming back to the slides. Right. So what are all the advantages of this logistic regression and what is the disadvantages for the logistic regression? We will see. Whether I am audible? Someone can unmute and tell me whether I am audible? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Because I'm not getting any feedback here. So that is why I thought that whether I am audible or not. Right. Now, coming back to this advantages, PPT's advantages. So advantages are, there is no assumptions about the distributions of the classes in the future space. So we can, we are not doing any assumptions over there. We are taking each and every data, we are trying to classify into different classes. Then it can be simply easily extended to the multiple classes. So multinomial regression is quite easy to it. Then there is a natural probabilistic view of the class predictions. As I told you now, the probability equation can be made to equal to the binary class predictions. The same thing can be extended to the multiple classes also. There are mathematical evidences are there. So naturally, it is a probabilistic view of the class predictions. So our performance will get improved. Then it is easy to train. Then we can have very fast classifications of the unknown records. Then there is a good accuracy for many of that simple data sets. Then it is very, very resistant to overfitting. So overfitting, we know that. So overfitting resistant. Then we can interpret this model coefficients as indicator of the future importance. So we can take the model coefficients for each and every feature, and then we can take it as an indicator for the future performance. Now, what is the disadvantage is that only one disadvantage is this assumption will be a linear one. Assumptions will be a linear one. So it is a non-linear function. It is giving a linear function for even a multinomial regression also. So that is one of the main disadvantage of logistic regression. Now, these are all the references. Of course, I have referred all the websites. If you go to all these websites, you will be getting a concept as well as the codings also, right? So whatever the codings I have given now, all are taken from these sites. These sites. So I have not taken simply from only one site and I am not giving it to you. I have taken from various sites and worked on it. Then I am giving that to you for practice. But of course, if you are referring all these sites, you will get an idea for how to write a code. Okay. Yeah, that's all I have for today's session. And let me take one or two questions if you have. Otherwise, we can conclude. If you have any questions, you can put it in chat box. Deepali Padal, you want to share it one more time? I'm doing it. No issues. I will share this code as a PDF file in Google Classroom. You can download, no issues. Or otherwise, I will download it as a PY file and upload it. A .py file, I will upload it. You can refer this. So if you don't have any questions, I want to conclude here. So I want to conclude with the Buddha's quote: every human being is the author of his own health or disease. So our health is in our hands only. Please concentrate on your health. Don't compromise on your health. Other things we can gain if we have a good health. Okay. So with these words, I am closing my session. Thank you. So our next session will be at 2:30. Please join to the session at 2:30. Ragul sir, definitely we will send. Definitely we will send. So PPT also we will put it, and we will put it as a PY file also. Bharati ma'am, thank you. Thank you. So in Google Classroom, definitely we will send our PPTs as well as all our codes will be added as a .py file. I mean, .py file will be uploaded. So please fill the feedback form. As I told you already, this feedback form will be taken as attendance. So please fill the feedback link. We will check the issue, madam. Tara Patel, we will issue. Yeah, I'm putting feedback link again. Yeah, you need a Google Classroom code. Okay, in next session I will post it. No issues. Google Classroom code, next session I will post it. Or let me check my mail. If it is there, I will give you. In the next session, we will give the code as well as we will sort out all the issues related to the Google Classroom. Then we will update the information. Okay. So once if the feedback is over, you can leave. You can join us at 2:30 in the same link.